Hey everyone, welcome. Appreciate it. We're gonna have some fun today because under the comments section, the channel name is Behind Enemy Lines, and he had asked a question on a previous video about case trimming. I took the Hornady camlock case trimmer versus the platinum case trim and prep center made by Frankfort Arsenal. But he had a great question, and his question was, which one is consistently more accurate between the two? So I reset up the Hornady. We'll do 3 or 4, and see if we're getting the same case length, overall case length with the calipers, and then we'll do the same thing with the Frankfort Arsenal. Now, that was a good question, I guess, especially if you guys are doing precision. Oh, we got quite a few viewers. Let me, I'll switch over the camera, or not the camera, but see who's out there. I can't tell yet. And we'll see if one is more consistent than the other. Basically, the way I set it up, you're looking at, if you kind of do the Sammy's length, it's 1.760 is basically what the book's saying. But I like to cut them a hair shorter, a couple thousandths, just gives me a little growing room per se. On the next round, I may or may not have to trim it. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But I thought it was a great question. So hopefully Behind Enemy Lines is out there, or he can watch this video later. But it should be a good question, because if you're going to do very accurate long range stuff, you're going to want everything to be as precise as possible. So let's move the camera around. I'll get this switched over. So if you guys have any questions, we will know who's out there. Mute that. WTF SoCal, Kyle Lusk. Good morning. It is cold in the garage. Hey, it's Luke and Bald and Curious. Guess what, everybody? Rick is live. Yes. I like doing videos where people interact. It's more fun. It's more like we're hanging out in the garage and we're figuring stuff out and testing it. But let me shrink this down a little bit. The Frankfurt works well. Interesting to see the results. I am too. You know what? I didn't even, when you're running it in the basically like a go no go gauge, everything looked perfect, but maybe for those guys that are really trying to shoot and they need that case to be perfect overall length every time, it may be a little different. So let's get this camera off my ugly mug and check it out. Give me a second here. See if this loads up. Don't mind the messy garage. And let's see if that works. Let me go to this screen. All right. That's not bad. Not too shabby. So, good morning, Tread. Hey, that link you sent me to the really cool looking Dillon 650 tool heads that are all anodized badass. Those look really cool, but when I go to that link, it like takes me off of it's like a fake eBay site. So I was kind of afraid to do it. So I copy and pasted to get over to the real eBay site per se, and nothing comes up. It's only Dillon. So now we got the camera set up. We got the calipers. We got a new sweet tea ready to go. Let's find out. So I am going to be shooting for, oh no, I gave you guys the wrong overall case length. No, I didn't. It's 1.760, and I'm actually shooting for 1.750 because that's what I want. So let's see what this is. And this should be trimmed already. And this is at 1.743. So this is a little shorter than we really want. But let me get some fresh. Let's get some fresh ones here. And then we'll get once we get one trimmed up to what we're looking for, let's see how consistent we can stay. So I want 1.750. And let's go, let's see here. All right. So right there, I have this maxed out. I can't go any farther. Basically the trimming portion of it. And then I'm going to line this up. And that's going to be where it won't cut anything. So I'll bring it over just a hair, and that'll be a good starting point to see what we need. See, and once you hear that squeaking, that's when I know it's done cutting. So I'm looking for 1.750. And that is, see, and these are all basically overall length. On that book, which I'm using, it is Modern Reloading, 2nd edition, Richard Lee. Those are longer than I like to use. We got quite a few of you guys out there. Let's see, retirement's coming. Yeah, retirement's coming. So this hasn't been trimmed yet. Let's see where we're at. This is at 1.43. 1.743. So let's see what this looks like in here. And it's within the go, no go. This wouldn't even need to be trimmed. But I want it to be right at the bottom so I can hopefully get one more shot out of it. It's kind of a blurry picture. So let's double check everything. This would be in spec. This would be in spec, but I'm going to go where I like to run it is right at the bottom. I'm trying to do, okay, and that sounded good. That felt good. So we're at 1.741. Let me see here. I'll take this. Clean that off a hair. I don't want to change the actual overall length. I just want to clean it off so that the calipers are, that's wrong one. Here we go. Okay, so this is where I like it. So let's do this. It looks like this is set up. We'll do another one. And now we're at 1.735. And this is saying 7.5. So you can basically go all the way to there. And that's just basically a 16th. It's less than that, less than a 16th. I don't know if you can see that or not. But if you use this, you're right there. So there's one. Let's just see how consistent it is. Make sure it's not cutting still. Okay, no more cutting. I'll take this one. I'll do the next one. And we'll see how accurate this is. Do one more, just for fun. I shared it from eBay, so I don't know. I'll take a look at it again. I really like how they're colored, especially with the Dylan. You know, you got like some of the collets or whatever you want to call it for the shells. You know, like you got 40s, a pink one or like a purple one. You got the white one for the 223 on the case feeder. It'd be kind of cool to match those up just so you know which one's which. All right, so we are at 1734. 1736 and 1737. So those are all very, very, very close for my needs and my shooting abilities. That's fine. They're not to the 1,000th the same, but we'll try this one now. We'll move this out of the way, and we will give this a shot. The problem with this one is it just, after a while, and it works great and everything, but man, it kicks your butt. Let's move this out of the way, and we'll set this one up. All right, so this has a micrometer on it. Some people are asking about it. It's not an official micrometer, but it has numbers to basically get to. So what I'll do is, it's all the way backed out. I'll just basically put that case in there. Oops, going the wrong way. Reverse threads on this. Getting close. Okay, right there's where it touches. So now I'll, okay, right there's where it touches. And then I will tighten up the collar. Just double confirm it again. Right there's where it should be. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get some consistent. And I'm not even going to put this against this one. That was just a good marking tool. And that may actually come out another 1,000th or so. So there will be a little noise, but I'll do some cases and see how consistent they are. Hey, Danny Little. So what I like to do when I'm using this is run a glove. And the glove's not to make it so my hand gets dirty. That part I could care less about. But when I put this in there, it kind of gives it a little grab on the glove, and then it makes it a little easier. Okay, so that case is too short already. All right, so I'll have to come in a little bit. Let's go in and see what we got. So this one's 1.740. Before we get started, let me just make sure I got a 4.2. Okay, here's a 5.5. So you can see that some of these grow quite a bit. This is a 5.9 and 5.5. That one's needs its primer removed still. It's hanging out a little bit. All right, I'll just throw that one to the side for now. And this one is 4.8. So we're looking for 1.750 as the max length. So let me see which one of these is the longest one. Okay, so that's the longest one. I'll use one of the shorter ones. And then we will start. All right, so that's maxed out. I'll give that a shot. See if it's long enough. All right, so that one cut. Make sure we're not making these too short. So we got a 4-0. I like that. That's looking good. All right, so I'll put these over here. See what we get. That one definitely cut some material off. That one didn't need to be trimmed. That one didn't need to be trimmed. All right, that one cut some material off. So let's see what we have here. Consistent wise, between I got 4 that I trimmed. Those 2 didn't need to be trimmed. So we're at 1742. 1741. 1741. 1742. So those are right within 1,000th of each other. Let me go back to these ones. 1735. 1734 and 17. Let me make sure I'm not on any burr here. 1737.5. Double check it. So, actually, this thing did within 1,000th of each other, and this one, the Hornady camlock did. There was a bigger window. So if you go like this, maybe I can do this. Grab the 3 of these. You got 2 that stay. Well, 1 that stays. And then let's see how these do. It's not really enough room for all 3 of them. Or you got 2. Oops, you got 2 that stayed on that one. So I would say worst case scenario, they both did awesome. They're within the Platinum by Frankfort Arsenal was within 1,000th, and the Hornady camlock trimmer was within a couple thousandths. So if it matters to you, depending on what you're doing, then this did way better than I thought. What's nice about it is it has a collar, so no matter. Let me get this open. Basically, inside of here is a shim for the right caliper size. This obviously isn't because it's already in there. But the case will go all the way to the neck, and it won't let it go any farther. So you can put as much pressure as you want on it, and it should max out at that length. So that's kind of a cool deal. But that being said, so should the Hornady. It basically rides up against here. It can't go any farther. So it should be just as consistent. Some of the things is when you're cutting, you may think you're already there. You really got to wait till you get to that where you feel it, where there's no, you can hear it almost squeaking right here. And it stops cutting. So that's the answer. That's the $5 million answer. Other than that, you guys got any questions? Nose hair trimmers. I'm going to be in your neck of the woods later. Got to go to the Toyota dealer. Nice to hear, WNC. I use a little Krogan Works WTF2 trimmer. Weed trimmers. I like that trimmer. Would be much faster than my drill. Yeah, this thing, I'm glad I bought this. Bad Billy 429 asked, why didn't you get the one on the 650, but didn't they make one for the 650? And they do make one for the 650. But I don't think I shoot enough to really have to mess with all that. So that's the video. I'm going to end it. I appreciate you guys showing up. I'm going to keep it short so people will watch it. I don't know if I call it good information, but it will, that thing did a lot better than I thought. I figured that would be less likely to be more accurate just because, I don't know why I thought it. Just maybe because it's a machine compared to a hand crank. But at the end of the day, that won. The Frankfort Arsenal, in my opinion, won. I'm glad I purchased it, and I would do it again. There was a link in the other video, guys. If you're interested in that, I think somebody has said where it was at. Midway USA has them on sale right now. Don't quote me, but I think he said 138, something like that. But it's a well-built machine. I mean, it's nice and heavy. When you're working on it, it's not like it's sliding along the table and you got to keep following it. It works good. It's got rubber feet on the bottom to kind of grab onto. Other than that, appreciate you guys. Take care, and see you on the next video. And if you want some good information about reloading, especially with Dillon products, mostly Dillon products, WTF SoCal, there's Bad Billy right there. WTF SoCal does a lot with the 1050 and the 650. Good information. He has some really detailed how to change out to a different caliber and so on and so forth. Definitely take a look at that if you're getting into reloading. With that said, you got Papa's Place is also big into reloading. Been doing it a long, long time. Good information. And CMAX Arms, another one that has great information to look at. So you guys take care. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget the Reloader dude and Highboy 64. Highboy 64, I think is the name of it. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but those guys are also great informational reloading gurus. So that's where I go to get my knowledge. So I'm new to it, just learning, but working as a group in a gun community, we're all learning from each other. So you guys stay safe, take care, and see you on the next one. Medgar is sending me a replacement. Oh, yeah, those mags. A whole nother video. Yeah. See you guys.